Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Mandy. I'm really happy to have you join here today. I actually wore some makeup for this video. I literally haven't worn makeup in like a month, like a full face of makeup. I'll put on mascara here and there whenever I feel like I'm looking a little too crazy, but it was time. I was getting into like crazy hermit mode there. I literally took this quarantine seriously, but I'm back and I'm ready to get into some more review videos. I kind of got myself into trouble a month or two ago. Hay House had one of their big Oracle and Tarot deck sales, and I got way too many decks. Like, oh my God, it was insane. I went crazy. Some of these still have the cellophane on them. This one in particular, the Lover's Tarot or the Lover's Path Tarot. Oh my God, I cannot wait to dig into this one. It just caught my eye whenever I saw it on the website. So this will probably be the next video, but today we are going to be getting into the Light Seer's Tarot, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to get into this deck. It just looks so pretty. I really am drawn to this blue, and this girl right here, like, she just looks so mysterious. Like, why are her eyes closed? Like, when I was so drawn to the cover of this deck, and every time I'm on Instagram, I'll see this deck being used, or if I'm on a Facebook group about tarot, somebody's always asking about, like, I need a new tarot deck in my life. What's the next one that I need to buy? And somebody in there always recommends this one. So really excited to get into this one. We'll see. It says The Light Seer's Tarot by Chris Ann. So let's get into it. I'm excited. Alright, let's get into it. So here we have the cover again. And I just realized when I was taking the cellophane off that the image actually bends down, blends into the crease here. So it's not just from the top of her nose up like I thought. It actually has the whole thing, which I think is really cool. I love little quirks like this in a deck. It's really, really cool. All right. There we go. Got the booklet on top, similar to the cover. Really pretty. Seems pretty thick. A lot of information in there. Let's look at this one. In the beginning, working and healing with the Light Seer's Tarot. I kind of like that. That's pretty. Oh, it's dedicated in here. It says a journey of shadows and sunshine for Sean. It's really sweet. Contents, I really like that. I really love when they have a table of contents in here instead of just laying it out there, letting you fend for yourself. Okay. In the table of contents, the first part says, Dearest Light Seer. Then it goes on to say, working and healing with the Light Seer's Tarot. Then the major arcana, the minor arcana, wands, cups, swords, pentacles. And then at the end, it has about Chris Ann and acknowledgement. So I kind of like that. It literally has it set up just like an actual book. Not just the typical tarot booklet where they just kind of throw whatever in there, automatically get into readings. This one had a cute little dedication. Let's get into the very first one. I'm going to read this. It says, Dearest Light Seer. When I started creating the Light Seer's Tarot, I was determined to create a healing deck, one that was aligned with contemporary spiritual experiences and 21st century life. And that included relatable, free-spirited characters who took responsibility for their own sunshine and light. I imagined a deck of intuitive guides who would dig into truth and unveil our shadow aspects as they shared their wisdom with us. My goal was to create a happy deck that would lift me up without sacrificing tarot's incredible ability to illuminate any deeper meaning that hid beneath the surface. It had to be insistent enough to prod me to take responsibility for my thoughts and actions while also inspiring me to do the deeper healing work when I was ready. The result of my study is the deck you hold in your hands, and I invite you to explore this world of traditional and non-traditional archetypes with me. It is my wish that you make the characters your own and breathe new meaning into their worlds as you work your magic into the cards. Tarot can be a profoundly healing tool, and as you explore the sunshine and shadow-laden path of the Light Seer, I hope you hear it whisper that shadow is a profound tool and that light is an awesome endgame. If you want to go deeper with your cards, I have created the lightseerstarot.com website where you will be able to find more materials to support your tarot journey. Then she goes on to connect with others, and there's a hashtag, and she ends it with, if I had one piece of advice for a new tarot reader, it would be to trust in your ability to do this. You totally can. Wait, I have one more piece of advice. Have fun. Giant love and epic magic to you, Chris Ann. I like that. That's really, really sweet and nice and really good intro. And I didn't realize that this was meant to be a healing deck too, to kind of help you with that shadow side of yourself. I really like that. So then it goes on to tarot basics for the new card slinger. I like that. We're card slingers here today. She goes into the major and minor arcanas. She even talks about reversals, which is, I think, is really nice. If you like to do reversals in your readings, you don't have to. Connect with your cards. Start by choosing your light and shadow cards. All right, readings and spreads. All right, then she gets into how we're gonna actually start reading the cards, what your choice is. It's always a good little addition for the new card slingers. The Soul Joy spread. I like that. Okay, this is really nice. So we get into the major arcana. Starts with the Fool, typical of a typical tarot deck. Seems like it has everything included in here. Interesting. So it has, okay, so we're on Judgment here, right? So here she starts off with the Light Seer definition and then the Shadow Seer definition. So I guess it's how you intuitively want to read the card. So let's say for Judgment, if you're doing the Light Seer part, it's self-realization and understanding, spiritual awakening, redemption, knowing your motives and your heart to be true, total transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit. If you're doing the Shadow Seer, you are looking at self-doubt, hiding behind many masks, a need to let go of shadow aspect of your story, denying yourself and your loved ones the experience of your true nature essence. So I guess in essence, the Light Seer part is probably the upright. Yeah, okay, I should, that was my bad. Whenever she was talking about the reversals, I should have read this little blurb. That's exactly what she's saying. Some readers use upright cards only. In many a case has been made that there is no need to read reversals as the full energy of the human condition is contained within the 78 cards. I believe this to be true. Others prefer to read with reversals, giving us 156 messages to work with. A reversal is when you pick a card and the image is upside down. I have chosen to include the meanings for upright, Light Seer, and reversal messages, Shadow Seer, as keywords in the guidebook, but of course I leave it up to you how you interpret the cards. Okay, I really like that. That's very unique. It's not just the typical upright reversal. I think that's very unique, and so far I'm digging it. I really like that. This seems like this would be a really good deck so far for anyone that does intuitive readings. If you don't really go by the book per se with traditional tarot and the traditional meanings, and you're more of a person that likes to just see the actual images before doing a full-on reading, this will probably be the deck for you. But let's get into the actual cards and see. I'm a big sucker for marketing and illustrations and things like that. I think this is really pretty, how she has that in the bottom of the box. It's really, really pretty. There's no words, just the illustration. It just looks like sacred geometry to me. It's really pretty. That's the back of the box. Oh, I missed this little message. Let's see what it says. And into the gray we follow like 1,000 flickering stars, and there in a sunlight hollow we lose and find what is ours. Oh, beautiful. Dear Light and Shadow Seer, may this deck help you find what is yours. XO, Chris Ann. Look how beautiful that is. What a great little message. It must be so much fun creating a tarot deck. Can't even imagine. Okay. I love that sound. I love a fresh tarot deck. So nice. Okay, I'm surprised that this is what the back of the cards look like. I kind of expected something really light and airy, kind of to match this. This seems way more on the shadow side, like they were saying, not very light. Pops of light with the, what is this? More of the sacred geometry here. We have pops of light blue, green, white. Maybe, I'm not sure what this color is. Is that pink? Almost. So, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. This isn't what I expected, but I could see it growing on me. All right, so right out the gate, we have the King of Pentacles. I like the illustration. I love the font. It matches the font that she had in the booklet, and I'm really digging it here. It feels very modern. I am gonna say though, the cardstock, not a big fan. It is really flimsy. If that's not really a big deal to you, that won't matter this much in this deck. If you're somebody who's pretty rough on their cards whenever you're shuffling or whatever, yeah, I'm not too impressed. I wish she had upgraded on a better cardstock. This one's not doing it for me. So that's our first con right out the gate. Not really sure if the color of the back of the cards is really a con. I don't know. I wish they had kind of kept with the theme of the turquoise or the light blue that they had going on. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, she's nice looking. Look at her. She's beautiful. Definitely got it going on. She knows what she's going after. I like the tree. What am I trying to say? The stems coming out from. Oh, that's just so pretty. Yeah, she's really, really pretty. Love all the foliage everywhere. She's holding on to that pentacle. I'm not going to do all of the cards in here because, as you can see, this is a ton, and I don't want this video to go on too long, just because if you're interested in the theme of this deck and you purchase it yourself, you can go through the rest of these for yourself. But we're just going to go into the basic theme of it. Ooh, here's the Fool. Okay, let's do the Major Arcana. They seem to be at the bottom. I love this. I love that it's a female instead of the traditional Rider-Waite male going off the cliff, and she's going backwards. She's not going forwards. It looks like she's in a trusting motion. And what does she have in her hand? It looks like an amethyst. We have more sacred geometry here waiting to catch her. And she's just going with the flow. I love it. I love this card. I love the font. Again, I'm really connecting to this. I feel like this would be a really great way to get into intuitive tarot reading. You could do a lot with this one image alone. Very nice. Okay, the Magician. Look how mysterious he looks. I like this one. He's got that traditional infinity symbol here on his hoodie. He's got the cosmos here down below. He's almost manipulating it as a magician can do. He's got the power coming from his palm. Very, very nice. Love that a lot. Oh, here we go. This is my card. I love the High Priestess card. I always look to see how they represent the High Priestess in every single deck. Did not disappoint here. She's the one on the cover. She's really pretty. I love how she's aligning here. I think I'm definitely going to try to use these to develop more intuitive readings. Let me see what her earrings have. She's got a little moon. I'm not sure if you can see that on her earring. She's got some symbols up here. They look like runes. I like that. Oh, the Empress. Look how beautiful she is. Pregnant with the world. Just got the moon. More stars up here. What does she have on her shoulders? Oh, it's fish. It's almost the ocean. She's embodying it all. Very full. Very, very nice. We've got the Emperor. Look at this guy. He's got the Ankh here as a tattoo. He's got a chest piece. Very nice. That's very interesting. He's got the breeze almost of magic or intuition coming through, passing behind him. Very interesting. The Hierophant. He's laughing. It's very interesting how they portrayed him here. Got more of that sacred geometry or mandala here at the top of the stairs. Pathway up to heaven almost, it looks like. And look how jovial he looks, just sitting cross-legged, just not a care in the world. He looks older. He's got a little gray, I think, in his mustache. So he's definitely seen some things. He's been around, but he's still very carefree. You can tell he definitely knows some things. He's a wise one. Oh, another card. Besides the High Priestess, I love the Lovers card. And I always try to see how they interpret them. These are beautiful. Look at this couple. She's got the bow and arrow. I think that's a, yeah, as a tattoo right here. They're just so into each other. She's grabbing on to his hair. They're just so into each other. The wind going through, very passionate, especially with that red here in the background. I like how they portrayed that. Oh, we've got the sacred geometry in the center again too. A lot going on with the sacred geometry in this deck. Oh, we've got the Chariot. He's on top. It's very interesting. It's almost, this is very interesting. He's not really, he doesn't have any reins on the horses. He's on top. He's just kind of going with the flow. I'm not sure how the horses are leading the chariot, other than maybe this gust of cosmic wind that's coming through. But that's very interesting. Oh, strength. Look at this interpretation. Definitely an internal strength. Instead of the traditional rider way with the woman, the young woman right beside a very big, strong lion. Sometimes she's petting him or she's kneeling with him. This time you are the lion. That's a very empowering. And you have the lamb here too. And she also has the infinity symbol tattooed here, which I find interesting. And she has a heart as her necklace. Almost gives me like Cowardly Lion vibes too. I wonder what the shadow part of this card says. Let's see if we can get into that. I'm curious to see what the shadow for strength is. Okay. Ooh. All right. So if you're doing these upright on the light seer side, you would be with courage, calmness, quiet strength, influence, graceful leadership, gifted healer, purity of thought and heart, spiritual matters, compassion, sometimes lust or animal instinct. And if you do it reversed, which she calls the shadow seer side, this would represent blocked by fear, self-doubt, a reminder to not be guided by the lizard part of your brain. The lizard part of your brain. That's interesting. We're talking lizards when we have a lion on here. Okay. A need to exercise self-control, self-destructive impulses. Then I'm going to go on to read the rest of what she has here. Let me see. I'll do this one up right. Be brave, sweet seer. Embody your light and shine courageously in the face of danger or uncertainty. Step into patience and fierce serenity as you exert your graceful influence for the greater good. There is great fortitude in your calm heart and a gentle demeanor which will not be mistaken for weakness when you share your gift of relentless love with the world. Allow confidence and composure to guide you toward your desires without the use of excessive force or aggression. Mindful awareness will be much more useful than rigid control right now. This card reminds you to stand strong in your beliefs and desires and to remain steady as you bring compassion to your current situation. You are powerful, and your purity of heart will be a beacon of strength and inspiration to those around you. Then at the bottom, she has this really big font, kind of like an affirmation. And it says, I deliberately bring my compassion and strength forward, and I use them for good. So that's very interesting. So I guess I really have been liking more of the modern decks that go into the reversed descriptions a little bit more. This one, it gives you the upright and the reverse, but on the description, it's mainly kind of covering just the upright. And I wish it may have done more of a little blurb for the shadow side. But I mean, it's not a deal breaker or anything. I'm just trying to find some kind of con with this deck other than the cardstock. But other than that, I like that it's not too wordy. I like that it still leaves room for interpretation. Really good. It's really good. Ooh, this is the card that I've been lately, the Hermit. It's very interesting. Using those green and blues again. And it's very interesting that the Hermit is outside, I guess above in the outside, maybe still away from everyone, but outside nonetheless. I guess I kind of expected it to maybe be indoor, so this would be interesting to interpret intuitively. But it does have the lantern here, which is typical with the Hermit. She has her eyes closed. She definitely looks like she's at peace within herself. I like that. The wheel, this one is very interesting. She's got dice around her neck, some big Vegas fuzzy dice. That was an interesting choice. We've got the wheel right here, the Wheel of Fortune. Got a lot of sacred geometry imagery back here. She definitely looks like she's balancing, but she doesn't look like she's having a bad time with it. She's definitely going with the flow. She found her groove. She's all good. Upside down, definitely kind of gives me Hanged Man vibes. Seeing her upside down, definitely a different interpretation. Oh, this one kind of gave me chills. This is a very interesting interpretation of justice. Look at this. Two women marrying each other, both looking very different in features. We still have the scales here representing, but we definitely have a sword cutting straight across. It's very interesting. I guess if you read it on the shadow side, look at that. Definitely a different meaning, huh? We go the light Seer way, where everything's still bright and sunny, and then we go reversed on the shadow Seer side. Things get darker, and she definitely has a different expression. She seems content, at peace. She looks a little worried. Maybe not worried, but a little more cautious, I guess. Very interesting. The Hanged Man. I like that it's not traditionally a man. We've got a woman in here. And instead of hanging by her foot, like on the traditional decks, she's hanging kind of like an acrobat, and she's flexible. She's going with the flow. These look like sigils or runes again. She's playing with down here. Got a lot of that cosmic imagery, wind going around. I still love the font. And here we go with the Hanged Man reversed. She's still going with the flow. I like it. I like that a lot. This is interesting. I just noticed this. What is that on her wrist? She's got some little wispies coming off of her. Is that a bandage? Is it a... I don't know. I don't know what that is. Let me know what you think that is. Ooh, the Death card. This is beautiful. I love this interpretation. I would love to have this as a print here in my room. It says Death and Rebirth. So I guess death and rebirth, maybe? Or is it death and rebirth? Very nice. Temperance. This time Temperance looks like a man, I think, has androgynous features. We have the moon and the sun. We've got more tattoos, which I'm sure they have meaning. Can't really see anything I'm familiar with though. Oh, he's got angel wings almost behind him. I just noticed that. That's very pretty. Here we go, reversed. Okay. Oh, the devil. Ooh. Yes. That is the sexiest devil I think I have ever seen in any deck. Look at him. Ooh. He looks like he's like some punk rock band leader or something. He's hot. It's very interesting. Look, he's playing puppet master almost. He's got those strings attached. His hair going wild. Those eyes. Good gracious. Oh, I almost feel bad for this one. The tower. It's got like cute little forest animals and butterflies. It's got a little poor squirrel getting his little nest hit by lightning. So the poor butterflies are dissolving. It just makes me feel so sad. I never like getting the tower card because I know a lot of changes are coming when I get a reading or for somebody else. But the typical tower card is shown with a tower, a stone tower, almost looks like a castle at the top, and then lightning just hitting it, and two figures coming out of the top being blasted out forcefully. One of them they're both in chaos, just flying almost to their death, it seems. And this one just kind of, I don't know, that's not my favorite tower card. Leave the poor little forest creatures alone. What did they do to you? Here's this one upside down. Oh, so weird. I don't know, that wasn't my favorite. The star, beautiful. I always love to see how deck authors interpret the major arcana. So pretty. She's got the star lassoed. She's got it twined around her, bringing it to her. Love that. Oh, the moon. Oh, this is a really nice interpretation. She's almost drowning. We've got the wolves, white and black. She might be drowning. She might be in this abyss, even maybe be birthing from the water, being birthed from the water, I mean, but she still has that connection, that cosmic connection to the moon here, which I think is very interesting. Love the colors. Oh, the sun is beautiful. I love that imagery. Judgment. Oh, I love that they made the judgment card all about kind of yourself, keeping it here. We have the woman, we have her soul kind of coming out, dancing, almost being free. Very nice. The world, like she has a circle. We have a ton of sacred geometry up in here. Holy crap, this thing has a ton. We've got a Merkaba, we've got cubes, we've got it all. Oh, it seems like the circle is a snake going all the way around to its tail. Interesting. And then we get into the minor arcana, and here's the Ace of Wands. Very, very pretty. I'm not going to get into all of the minor arcana. Oh, that's very interesting. Look at the Three of Wands. The surfer girl. Very pretty. We got the Four Wand girls at their festival. I like this one a lot. That's typical of the Four Wands. Very pretty. Let's see. Here, I'll pull these over here so you can kind of see them as I go through them. Eight of Wands. Let's see. I see one that really calls out to me. This one, Ace of Cups. Look at that. It's really pretty. That cup overfloweth. We've got a big heart in the center. It's very interesting that she's holding it kind of where the heart chakra would be. Two of Cups. Look at how pretty that is. Two energies intertwining with each other. Their cups overfloweth as well. Got a lot of pretty cards here. The Nine of Cups. Look at this one. So many choices. Look at that treasure box down below. Oh, the Ten of Cups. This is another one I like to see represented as well. Very, very pretty. Looks like two women. We got their kids down here. Got the cups. Just happy, happy. Lots of colors. Beautiful. Lots of happiness. Ooh, what's going on with the Page of Cups? There's a lot going on here. We've got a pig flying. We've got a bowl with some kind of symbol here. I don't even know what that is. What is going on at the bottom? Oh my gosh. I've got this going on. Okay, this is a lot, especially if you're being an intuitive tarot reader. You've got a lot going on in this message. This one's a bit much. I'm not sure that that one's my favorite. Knight of Cups. Look at this dude. I don't know why this is making me laugh. I feel like this guy you should probably run from. We love this Queen of Cups. She is brutal. Oh my god, I can't even talk today. She's really pretty. Love the imagery on this one. Ace of Swords. Oh, here we go. Going really deep into the mind. Love this one. More imagery. We've even got some math equations there at the bottom. More geometry. Oh, Three of Swords. I hate this fucking card. But I do love the imagery. I just hate what the card represents. This one has been haunting me for a while. Love, love, love. Okay. All right. This video is already too long as is. So I'm gonna go through the very last of it. Look at the King of Swords. Yes, with his man bun up on top of the hill. Oh yeah. These are really, really nice. Nine of Pentacles. Look at that joy on her face. Alright, there's the last one. Knight of Pentacles. Alright, let me give my final thoughts on this one. Okay, so let's get into the review of this one, my final review. I really love the cover art of this one. I think it's beautiful. I think it would display really well, especially when you have company over and you just want to kind of like show off some of your decks. I think this is really pretty. I love the bright colors in the deck. I think, well, it's called the Light Seer's deck, so I think she definitely went for the light side of it. It's very light, airy. There's a lot of smiling faces in it. I kind of wish she hadn't even put the shadow aspect into the deck. She made it clear that she doesn't really believe in working with reversals, but she placed it in there anyway for people that do like it. I could tell that a lot of the cards in there were geared more towards the light side. So if you're somebody that's not all love and light all the time, this probably isn't the deck for you. If you like to be more positive with everything and some of the other darker tarot decks aren't your style, this is probably for you. A lot of happiness. The all of the sacred geometry was kind of weird to me. I didn't really get too much out of that. I thought that felt kind of like an afterthought to me. My favorite card in the deck was probably the Devil card. I've never seen a Devil card like that before. It was really, it just kind of popped out and just stared at you straight on. And I really liked the puppeteer kind of aspect. That was probably the darkest card in the entire deck from what I saw. But pros on this card deck, I feel like this would be a really good deck to use with people that might be scared of tarot, but kind of want to try getting a reading done for themselves, but are kind of like those people like, oh my God, is the death card gonna pop out? Am I gonna die? It's probably geared more towards like, no, you're not gonna die. And a lot of people who are beginning with tarot readers, they can't really get a sense of what's going on in the reading whenever they look at something like the Rider-Waite Tarot, and they're kind of just trusting you based on what you're saying. I feel like this deck would be really good to lay out and have the other person kind of go along with the reading with you. It's like she said, it's very intuitive based what you're feeling, but it kind of lays it out in plain terms what you're looking at. And so I feel like somebody who's brand new to tarot getting a reading done from you, they would be able to follow along and not get as scared, because the death card had death in rebirth, and the death card wasn't scary or shadowy or had like a scythe next to him. It had a beautiful red cape, and in the inside of the death card, in the face here, it wasn't black or darkness. It was a beautiful, I think it was roses and a sky, and it was just really pretty, and it was a nice interpretation of death. So I think this deck would be really good with that. It'd be really good if you're starting out as an intuitive reader, which I am, so I'm excited to use this deck to just be more of an intuitive tarot reader rather than just buy the book. I think, yeah, those are the pros for me. The cons, I really wish she had gone more into the shadow aspect or just left it out altogether and not had reversals in the booklet at all, if that's not really your thing. So I don't know, that was kind of weird. Like I said, the sacred geometry thing was weird to me too. Too much of that. It was, I don't know, all of it in the background was just, it felt like they were just trying to add something into the illustrations. So I really liked that a lot of the typical imagery you would see in the Rider-Waite deck, like the infinity symbol and things like that. I liked that they were used as tattoos on the individuals in the cards. That was a good touch. But yeah, so overall I would give this card a thumbs up. I think it's really good. I think you should get it too if this is kind of your cup of tea. If you're really hard on reading reversals, probably not, unless you just want to do your own thing and not read the booklet. But I really like the font. I like the colors in it. I think it's really nice. The cardstock didn't really do it for me. So I would probably use this, like I said, for more bringing out to people that don't really know about tarot. If it was people that have done tarot for a long time, a lot of years, know their shit with tarot, I probably wouldn't bring this deck out as often. It definitely feels more like a beginner deck, especially with the cardstock issue, it being so flimsy. So yeah, but I think it's a good addition to your collection. So yeah, I can see why so many people have this deck. But I hope that helped out. If you have this deck, let me know what you think. And with that, I hope you guys are having a really great week. I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Have a great one. Namaste and love you. Bye.